Wow.
What is it?
It's fucking moving.
What's moving?
The shit on the fridge is moving.
Hello, welcome. It is Wednesday. I'm gonna stop doing the days. You guys don't need to know what day it is. Welcome to It's 420 Somewhere. We have one story today that is a little bit controversial because it's kind of anti-marijuana, some people would say. The Denver Post has a story today that came out about the fight to cap THC levels in Colorado. So Colorado's been the place that has kind of set the rules for marijuana legalization ever since 2014 when they legalized. And they have now recently surpassed $10 billion in sales. So they are doing splendidly in the state, and there's probably no reason they would ever see to want to slow that down. However, there are some people, including one representative, her name is Yadira Caraveo, sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly, who is she initially tried to create legislation that would set THC levels capping at 15%, which is a huge, steep decline. I mean, concentrates are anywhere between 70% and 90% right now. Excuse me, I'm recording. So she tried to bring it down to 15%. That didn't go over very well. But there have been studies that have linked higher THC levels to a larger potential for psychosis, especially in younger kids. And while it's clear to us now that legalization has not created more risk for more kids to start smoking weed, the levels have kind of remained flat for years now. They are able to get their hands on higher dosages and higher concentrate levels of THC. So that is the one level of concern, and it seems to me very logical to want to cap that level. I have a low tolerance myself, so I'm probably not the best one to judge, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who now have a tolerance for this, 70%, 90% THC levels. But for me, I could take one hit and be good. I'm cool with the idea of a 15% cap. However, it seems like maybe a more incremental lowering of these levels feels like a better option. So there are becoming more and more advocates in Colorado and probably around the country as well who are trying to create caps. The process has been we legalize marijuana and we see the ripple effects happening afterwards. And one of those seems to be, all right, let's really kind of slow down on these THC levels because it might be getting out of hand a little bit, especially in these vapes and these concentrates and dabs that are so incredibly concentrated that they do have an effect on people's mental health.
Izzy, you watch that. Do they ever call him Bob?
No. His name is SpongeBob.
Oh. Do they ever call him Sponge?
No, his name is SpongeBob.
Is that his whole name or his first name?
That's his whole name. His first name is SpongeBob and his last name is SquarePants.
Oh, I thought, yeah, wow, I never thought about that. SpongeBob SquarePants. That's his whole name.
There you go.
But they called him SpongeBob, right?
Yes.
So that's that story. One other story is it seems like Louisiana is on its way to legalization, potentially. A bill has advanced on the House floor. However, actually, I said potential and probably not because they have a bunch of Republicans in the House, so it doesn't look like that will pass this year. And finally, it looks like some Native American tribes in New York are trying to get into the marijuana business. The Shinnecock Indian Nation just broke ground on an eventual marijuana facility, and the St. Regis Mohawks are discussing a tribal ordinance that would regulate marijuana on their territory in northern New York. So apparently there have been some tribes in New York who have gotten into the hemp industry and now kind of seeing this as another opportunity to utilize their land, which sounds great to me. They can also create their own ordinance within their tribal land that wouldn't have to play by the same rules as the New York law. However, as soon as you would leave the tribal lands, you would then play ball with New York's bigger marijuana law. And that's kind of it for Wednesday today. We'll be back on Friday with some more news.
I got nothing to fucking do today, so I'll just get high all day. That's what I did yesterday.